I'm going to give you a breakdown of the March Madness first four matchup between the Arizona State Sun Devils and the St. John's Red Storm, and we're starting right now. What is going on? My name is Alpha Omega. Welcome to another video. If this is your first time here and you want to learn how to bet on sports like a pro and gain an edge over the sports books, start now by subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. March Madness begins today and I am ready for this tournament to kick off. March Madness is a time when most of the public is betting, with an estimated 47 million Americans placing $8.5 billion in total wagers. That's twice as many people betting on March Madness than on the last Super Bowl. That stat is nice, but what does that mean for professional sports bettors? More public money means a much higher probability of finding value fading the public. As always, the first four games feature lower tier teams fighting to make it to the round of 64. In this game, we have two teams with at-large bids as the Arizona State Sun Devils take on the St. John's Red Storm. Start time is on Wednesday, March 20th at 9:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Alpha Omega Vegas consensus line as of Monday night has Arizona State favored by 1.5 points over the Red Storm with a total of 155. The opening line was 151, so we're looking at a 4-point increase. That doesn't mean pros are betting the total up, but it's something to pay attention to as we near tip-off. Let's go over a few of the factors to think about when handicapping this game. Arizona State is not a good free throw shooting team. The Sun Devils rank 61st out of 68 March Madness teams in free throw percentage. St. John's defense will provide the Sun Devils plenty of opportunities at the charity stripe, as the Red Storm defense fouls more than any other team in the tournament except Prairie State A&M, ranking 67th out of 68 teams. In a game like this, where the spread is so short, the fact that Arizona State is so abysmal from the free throw line could turn the balance if this game is close in the second half. Advantage Red Storm. St. John's doesn't have much of a bench as they mostly play a six-man rotation and their bench players only account for 19% of their minutes. Arizona State, on the other hand, has the ability to go to their bench and still stay in the game, especially on the defensive end. Remember, we just talked about how the Red Storm has a tendency to play reckless and commit a lot of fouls. The fact that St. John's doesn't have a bench to draw upon means that if any of their players get into foul trouble, they could have a rough time staying in the game, especially against a Bobby Hurley coached Sun Devil team playing for pride. Advantage Sun Devils. St. John's hardly ever gets boards on the offensive side of the ball. In fact, St. John's ranks 67th out of 68 March Madness teams in their ability to create second opportunities from offensive rebounds. While the Arizona State defense ranks 24th in terms of their ability to limit the opponent's offensive rebounds. What does this mean? That if St. John's isn't hitting their shots early, they may be down in the higher double digits by the end of the first half. A stat like this provides a potential opportunity to play on Arizona State in the first half. Advantage Sun Devil. St. John's offense hardly ever turns the ball over. The Red Storm ranks number 2 in terms of committed turnovers, which puts them above every other team in the tournament besides Michigan. That one stat tells us that St. John's is not reckless with the basketball. Arizona State's defense doesn't cause many turnovers, ranking 34th out of 68. St. John's doesn't turn the ball over, and the Sun Devils don't cause turnovers. In addition to this preview video, I also have a video for the other March 20th first four game, where the North Carolina Central Eagles take on the North Dakota State Bisons. You'll see the link right up here in the info card at the top of the screen. I recommend that you click on that now. As always, in full disclosure, while I do provide a lot of useful info in these videos, if you really want to take your sports betting to the next level, you have to sign up with me, Alpha Omega. Go to aosportspicks.com and sign up for a package. And if you want to learn more about betting on sports like a pro and gaining an edge over the sports books, start now by hitting the round subscribe icon so you don't miss anything. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.